So throughout time, we've seen Friday the 13th franchise with Jason Voorhees in some pretty interesting places. We've seen Jason on a lake, we've seen Jason on land, we've seen Jason in New York. We've also seen Jason go to hell, space. It just makes you wonder why they never put Jason on a plane.
I have had it with these motherfucking Jason on this motherfucking plane.
On second thought, scratch that. We're just going to talk about Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X on 4K today. So let's get into it. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void. My name is Alex, and today I'm going to be doing a comparison of the new releases that came out on the 20th of this month of Jason Goes to Hell on 4K and Jason X in Space 4K on the most recent releases from Arrow, which I do not have the physical copies. I have some check disc here that MVD Entertainment actually sent out to me. Eventually, I know Arrow just loves my videos and they're gonna send me the full release because they love me so much and I take so much care with these check discs.
Do it!
But no, these check discs have the exact same thing as on the regular disc. So essentially, this is just the dumbed down version looking ones and no packaging. So I can't show you the packaging today, but I'm going to tell you what I think about both of these movies and then go over some of the extras on here. I'm going to be doing this in hopefully one take, as little takes as I can possibly do, because I have been working on a lot of videos behind the scenes and it is taking a lot out of me. Yes, I have lists and all kinds of stuff that I'm working on in secret for you guys. So I hope that you're paying attention. Let's talk about it. First of all, there are a lot of people out there that do not like these movies. So why the hell did Arrow make 4K copies of them? I personally like these movies, and I think it's because I'm just a fan of Jason. I'm a fan of Friday the 13th, the franchise as a whole. They just had so many iterations of movies that came out so quick that it was just like we didn't have time to think about it, and people were just ravenous and just wanted to eat up any kind of Jason movies that there were. Freddy did the same thing. You know, all these different franchises have gone some pretty bizarre places, but Jason Goes to Hell was probably the one that upset the most people. And the reason why is because in Jason Goes to Hell, because they trick him, a girl goes out into the middle of the woods and Jason gets blown to shit, which in some small way, it was kind of gratifying because it's like, how did he live through all this stuff anyway, right? For me, anyway, that's what I was thinking. You know, years have gone by. I've watched this movie a ton of different times, and I've watched Jason X a ton of times, you know, to see it in space. Even if you don't like these films, they're still wildly entertaining to me. I didn't really mind seeing the ridiculousness of this because we had seen him go so many places. It was interesting to see him go somewhere new, right? But Jason Goes to Hell was where he got blown up, and then somehow a doctor gets wooed by his heart that's still beating and bites into it, and then he gets infected, and then soon he can pass on Jason to other people who walk around like Jason and kill people. Now, despite this not having Jason, some people say, it is the spirit of Jason, just other people acting like Jason, like the evil was being passed on to one another. Shocker did it when he was jumping from body to body. And honestly, this one actually had pretty good kills in it, specifically in the diner scene when the woman gets her jaw. That shit just blew me away. And then they threw the other guy on the stove, which was just kind of dark, actually. But I actually kind of like it. I can't really score this one, but I will tell you what I think of Jason Goes to Hell versus the Jason X movie. I will tell you what I think of both of these and if I think they actually surpass one another in some ways. Jason X is obviously set in the future where this spaceship is like kind of combing Earth, and this crew is kind of going back to Earth to kind of scan it for like goods and things that they can sell, like trinkets and old world items that they've left behind and moved on to another planet, and they're living in space, and they go down and they find Jason kind of frozen in cryo sleep, wake him back up, and he starts killing everybody on the fucking spaceship, which is obscenely ridiculous in a lot of ways. And it goes so far that it becomes a spoof of itself. And that's where a lot of people kind of dropped off and were like, you have ruined this franchise. These movies are the worst.
What have you done?
But there are some good kills in this again, and there's some funny ideas, and there's some really funny jokes in Jason X. Obviously, I think Jason X is the funnier of the two, of Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. Specifically, one of the scenes where they trap Jason in a hologram, which they make look like Crystal Lake, and there's these these girls who are nude, and they're like, hey, we're just having pie and doing sex. And then he takes him and he's slamming him up against the tree. And they're laughing, which is just hilarious to me. There's some other things, you know, obviously they bring nanotechnology into this one, and there's a head crushing scene in this one that is probably one of the most amazing kills in the entire franchise, even if it's hokey as fuck. But just the idea of sticking someone's head in nitrogen and then pulling it up and smashing it on the counter is amazing. But yes, Jason X goes a little too far, and the jokes get a little too wild. It definitely became sort of a straight-to-video kind of film, even though I think both of these movies actually played at the theater. I could be wrong, but it's been so long, I can't remember. For the first one, Jason Goes to Hell, you get both a theatrical and you get the uncut version, which this is the original box set, tin set. But on here, the point I was bringing it up is that it did not have the uncut Jason Goes to Hell in it, so I always had to keep my DVD the uncut. Then they released this beauty from Scream Factory, which has every single one of the movies, and it came with the uncut Blu-ray version of this. And now Arrow is putting out these on 4K, Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell, plus the original Friday the 13th is on 4K. So those three. But this one comes with the uncut in 4K as a disc itself. So it has its own standalone disc. And then it has the theatrical version. So this is why I got two of the Jason Goes to Hell. And then I got one of the Jason X, because it's just the 4K disc, no Blu-rays or anything. Now, some of the extras on here, you also get Dolby Vision HDR10 on both of the cuts. You get lossless stereo DTS HD 5.1 surround sound audio on both cuts, including the Jason X. So all of this is the same for Jason X as well, except for the extras. You get the reversible sleeve, double-sided fold-out poster, artwork with Gary Pullen. You get the illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing on the film by J.A. Kurzweil and original production notes. Disc 1 is the theatrical cut. It also includes the introduction by director Adam Marcus, Faces of Death, a brand new interview with special makeup effects creator Robert Kurtzman. We also get Undercover Angel, a brand new interview with actor Julie Michaels, Mixing It Up, a brand new interview with composer Harry Manfredini, The Gates of Hell, an archival interview with director Adam Marcus, Jason vs. Terminator, Adam Marcus on growing up with the Cunninghams, Uber Jason, an interview with Kane Hodder on playing Jason, additional TV footage with optional commentary by director Adam Marcus, theatrical trailer, TV spots, stills, behind the scenes and poster galleries. And then the disc 2, which is just the unrated cut, is brand new audio commentary with film historians Michael Felsher and Steve Uncle Creepy Barton. We also get archival audio commentary with director Adam Marcus and author Peter Brack, and archival audio commentary with director Adam Marcus and screenwriter Dean Lorey. It looks fantastic too, by the way, so if you are wondering if it's worth the purchase, I honestly think if you're a fan of these two, it really genuinely is. Also on Jason X, you get the same thing as far as like the quality with the Dolby HDR10. There's also an introduction to the film by Kane Hodder, brand new audio commentary with film historians Michael Felsher and Steve Uncle Creepy Barton. Man, I cannot talk today. Archival audio commentary with director Jim Isaac and the writer Todd Farmer and producer Noel Cunningham. Scoring the stars, a brand new interview with composer Harry Manfredini. Out of Space, the making of Jason X, an archival documentary on making the film featuring interviews with producers Noel Cunningham and Sean S. Cunningham, actor Kane Hodder, and writer Todd Farmer. I saw some of these, by the way, and the reason that they did this movie, which is not really that much of a spoiler, is that they were trying to do Jason versus Freddy, or Freddy versus Jason, and this is what they wanted to do in the interim till they could kind of like iron out the script, and this one just kind of came together. They just wanted to have fun, guys. This was not about trying to woo the audience into some like submission. It was just about having fun. And both of these movies, in my opinion, are fun. Continuing on, we got In Space, No One Can Hear You Scream, an archival interview with Todd Farmer. Christy is a headbanger, an archival interview with actor Christy Angus. Jason rebooted, Sean Cunningham Goes to Hell with Jason X. The Many Lives of Jason Voorhees, an archival documentary on the history of the character and by any means necessary, the making of Jason X. Archival making of documentary. Cast and crew interviews, behind the scenes, electronic press kit, theatrical trailers and TV spots, stills, behind the scenes and poster galleries, reversible sleeve, double-sided photo op poster, an illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing on the film by Matt Donato and J.A. Carswell. So tons of extras in here, and I think they're on sale right now. So if you want to pick up a copy, they think they're like 43% off. So I'll put links down to the Amazon ones down below. I've been thinking about picking these up myself just because of the sale right now. They're $28.95 or something like that. Get to the links down there, at least add it to your wish list so you know when it goes on sale again next time. But yeah, as far as which one is the best, and this is not a cop out, these are so fucking close in like quality and like off the beaten path from the franchise that it's so hard to go, I like this one more than the other one. I think Jason X is the funnier film, but I honestly, truly believe that Jason Goes to Hell has more of the spirit of the scares than Jason X. And so that for me is just a slight, literal hair over the other one. They're both fucking ridiculous. And I like Jason Goes to Hell a little bit more because we got the promise of Jason and Freddy at the very end of the movie when he goes to hell. And as ridiculous as both of these movies are, that to me is amazing. And I just love the kills in Jason Goes to Hell. I love seeing Jason get tricked somehow by these guys that just pop out in the middle of everything. And yeah, I think it's just a slight hair over the Jason X. Sorry, Andrew, I know this is your favorite movie, Jason X. I still love it. I still love both of these movies, and I had a really good time watching both of them. So for those of you that are haters out there, you like what you like, okay? There's nothing I can do about that. It's not the end of the world. We're all passionate about what we like. Relax. Every time I do a list, people are like, this is a defining, what are you doing? How dare you? It's like, no, everybody's different. Everybody has different opinions. We've all come into the franchise at different times. It's just the way it is. So I don't want to hear it. No. Even if you hate them, you still have to have them in your collection. So, but yeah, they look fantastic. Both of them in 4K look just amazing. They really pop on the screen and it just looks amazing, but it really does make a difference. So, but yeah, guys, what do you think? Do you like Jason X? Do you like Jason Goes to Hell? Which one of the two kind of pushes you into the fandom space? I mean, to me, both of them are pretty ridiculous, so it's really hard to tell. And it doesn't need to be better than any of the other movies in the franchise to me. They're just part of the franchise and I enjoy it. So how do you feel about these movies being in it? What about Freddy versus Jason? Do you like that better than those movies? Like what's your deal? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you, MVD, for sending these out to check out. I definitely think it's worth a purchase if you are a fan of these movies, and I'm not just saying that. I understand maybe somebody won't want to wait, but I wouldn't wait too long because I don't know that they're going to print these forever. So just something to think about. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But thanks for coming by, guys. And remember, yes, that thing in the closet is actually real. And no, you're probably not going to survive the night. But as always, long live the void.
Beyond the void. Beyond